Black Panther Wakanda Forever 20 Things You Missed. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is a superhero film based on Marvel Comics. It's the sequel to Black Panther. The film is about the Wakandan leaders' fight to protect their country in the aftermath of King T'Challa's death. When the film was released, Marvel fans were anxious about how the legacy of Black Panther would continue after the death of Chadwick Boseman. Here are some hidden details you may have missed while watching Black Panther. Shuri tries to recreate the heart-shaped herb. The herb becomes a central focus of the sequel because it bestows the Black Panther's powers. Killmonger ordered the destruction of the heart-shaped herb garden after briefly becoming king of Wakanda in 2018's Black Panther, so that no one else could take the mantle of Black Panther after him. T'Challa resurrected from the brink of death by using the last natural herb. Pays respect to Chadwick Boseman. The Marvel logo has been used as a creative tool in each film. It's not surprising that the studio dedicated the Marvel intro to Boseman as a tribute to the actor who played T'Challa. This isn't the first time the studio has gone out of its way to express its appreciation. Following Stan Lee's death in 2019, they did something similar with Captain Marvel. Atuma. Namor's war chief Atuma fights Okoye for her life in a brutal spear battle. He's one of Namor's oldest enemies, frequently questioning the sub-authority. Mariners were friends before they become enemies. Atuma is portrayed in Wakanda Forever as one of Namor's most trusted allies, but his bloodlust is obvious. One wonders how long their relationship will remain civil, especially if Atuma opposes Namor's alliance with Wakanda. Force field. The film has replaced their holograms with force fields. Okoye sends a signal to a team outside the barrier, and their signals are used to open the portal. The scene is similar to the first film, with Okoye says, "We are home." Vibranium meteor. In Wakanda Forever, many vibranium meteorites strike the Earth. One was discovered offshore South America, similar to Wakanda, and impacted the land. Talocans can live underwater after consuming a variant of the heart-shaped herb. Nomura. Nomura is Namor's deputy. She wears a feathered headdress, a nod to the simpler one she wore in the early comic book appearance. She's Namor's love interest and cousin who strangely share Namor's mutant powers and winged ankles. In Wakanda Forever, there's a subtle hint of a romantic relationship between the two, but it's not explored in depth. Deja vu. Shuri and Okoye travel to Cambridge searching for Riri Williams, but the FBI soon pursues them. Riri puts on her homemade Iron Man suit and takes to the sky. The entire scene is reminiscent of the first Iron Man film. Her movements are jerky and unsteady. She nearly falls into the river before finally grasping the concept of flying. The scene even concludes with her pushing the suit to its limits and flying too high before crashing back to Earth. This almost perfectly parallels Stark's journey. She refuses when Namor pleads with Shuri for Wakandans to ally with his people in their potential surface war. Shuri, like her brother, has a history of refusing to assist Namor in the comics. T'Challa and Namor are frequently rivals in the comics and have even attempted to kill each other on multiple occasions. In the comics, when Shuri becomes the leader of Wakanda and Namor tries to persuade her to allow his people to seek refuge in Wakanda, she refuses like her brother. She refuses to assist him in his wars. Because both siblings refuse, Namor vents his rage on Wakanda, flooding the capital city multiple times. The film depicts similar events. Grio. Grio is the name of Shuri's new AI assistant. A griot is a musician or storyteller in West African culture who preserves oral tradition. During Ta-Nehisi Coates' 2016 run on Black Panther, Shuri dies and is reborn as a griot, endowed with knowledge of her country's history and her supernatural ability to resurrect the ancestors, effectively becoming a living manifestation of the griot's role as a historian and keeper of the dead. Midnight Angels. Shuri can be seen working on a Dora Milaje prototype suit of armor. Okoye objects to the design because it violates Dora traditions, but she and the new Dora edition, Annika, suit up in the prototypes for the final battle against the Talocan. The armor was designed by artist Brian Stelfreeze and debuted in the first issue of Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther run. In the comics, Annika murders a chieftain she discovers abusing his tribe women and revealed of her Dora duties, and joins the Midnight Angels with Ayo. The two break away from Dora and form their group of female Wakandian protectors. Mutants. Namor mentions being born a mutant when recounting his origins. The recent use of the word in the MCU is significant. When Fox Studios owned the X-Men, Marvel couldn't even use the word mutant in any of their films or TV shows. Now that Disney has acquired Fox Studios, they are beginning to incorporate mutants into the MCU. This is also true of comic books. Namor was one of the first mutants to appear in Marvel Comics. In Mutant Solidarity, he has fought alongside the X-Men on numerous occasions. MIT. Riri Williams' introduction to the MCU is intriguing because many people are unaware of it. It was shot on the Massachusetts Institute of Technology campus, which is remarkable given the school's strict filming regulations. Captain America: Civil War, which includes a scene with Tony Stark on campus, was filmed at MIT. Since MIT was Peter Parker and his friends' ideal school in Spider-Man: No Way Home, Riri enrollment at the college not only reflects the comics' depictions of her, but it also illustrates how nearly every smart person in the Marvel Cinematic Universe aspires to attend that institution. The Three Elephant. On the first anniversary of T'Challa's death, Queen Ramonda meets with Shuri on the beach to talk about T'Challa. They see three elephants when they look out into the water, one adult elephant and two younger elephants. The elephants may represent Wakanda's royal family: Shuri, Queen Ramonda, and T'Challa. When they see the elephants while talking about T'Challa, it reminds them how strong their bond was and what it left now that T'Challa is gone. License plate. Agent Everett Ross, Wakanda Forever's favorite colonizer, is arrested for informing Queen Ramonda about the U.S. plans for her country. However, if you look at the front of the license plate of his prison van, you'll notice an interesting collection of numbers. CB112976 is a reference to Chadwick Boseman's birthday, November 26, 1976. T'Challa's ceremonial spear and shield. During T'Challa's funeral, the shielded spear he used in the ceremonial battles to become king can be seen lying on the ground next to the Panther-themed coffin. The Black Panther's helmet, which T'Challa's personally crafted for Captain America: Civil War, is carried by Shuri to the burial. Praying to Bast. Shuri frantically prayed to Bast. Bast, Wakanda's Panther God, led T'Challa's ancestor, Basinga, the first Black Panther, to the heart-shaped herb. Bast, who is linked to the Egyptian pantheon seen in Moon Knight, made her official MCU debut in Thor: Love and Thunder. Akosia Sabat portrayed the Panther God, who was seen hiding from Gore, the God Butcher, at Omnipotent City. Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Contessa is played in Wakanda Forever by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who was previously seen in Black Widow and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Wakanda Forever reveals that she is the new director of the CIA and Ross's ex-wife. Ebaku is still a vegetarian. Ebaku first appears as he enters the throne room during a meeting led by Queen Ramonda, eating a carrot. M'Baku tells Everett Ross in the first film, "One more word and I'll feed you to my children." M'Baku responds as Ross looks horrified. "I'm joking, we only eat vegetables." This reference adds some fun to the sequel. Zuri has a successor. Zuri, Wakanda's spiritual warrior shaman leader and advisor to the king, was introduced in the first Black Panther film. Zuri gave his life to save T'Challa from a vengeful Killmonger. But as we see at T'Challa's funeral, Zuri's position as a shaman has been taken over by a new female leader wielding the same spear that saved Wakanda from a tyrannical madman. Shuri holding the mask. Shuri finds a way to create a heart-shaped plan to give herself powers and enters a room full of her brother's masks. She walks past them, picking up her mask and holding it in front of her face. This is undoubtedly a reference to Shuri's standalone comic Shuri 2018, in which the princess is forced to resurrect Black Panther to find her missing older brother. That's all we've got for you today, guys. Also, don't forget to thumbs up the video and subscribe for more entertaining content, and we'll see you again soon.